Welcome to episode 169 of Folks Talking Sports. I am Chris Gardner. With me right now is Willie Gibson. How are you, brother?
Fantastic, sir. How are you?
Doing well. And Kenitra Pulliams. How are
Good.
you?
I'm all right.
And in a few minutes, hopefully, we'll be joined by Miss Kim Y. Davis. So let's talk some sports. Touched on it momentarily off air. Kenitra, just your thoughts on how long has it been since the Chiefs missed the playoffs?
2012?
And they're going to do it again?
Yep.
And then what's the vibe in that? And then, of course, the torn ACL by Patrick Mahomes as well.
Yeah, I mean they were teetering on the edge for most of this season, and so it has been a must-win scenario basically for the entire month of December, and so there was very little room for error just because of the way that Denver was running away with the AFC West, and they lost to the Chargers in Brazil to start the season. So that's the thing. They stumbled against the NFC, so everything remaining on their schedule. I mean, granted, you go to Tennessee, you beat the Colts, but losing to Houston, that was a tough one because Houston's right there in contention for an AFC or a playoff spot in the AFC as well. So just go ahead, put them out of their misery. Get healthy. I mean, because they had a lot of injuries besides Patrick Mahomes, but like you wouldn't want to finish the regular season trying to become playoff eligible without Patrick Mahomes. So this is you don't have him. There's no chance of making the playoffs. So all right.
And what is the Chiefs' record now?
Were they 6-8?
I'm relying on you. That sounds about right.
I think they're
I'm not sure. Will, what's the Browns' record?
3-11.
What is it? 3-11?
3-11.
So they now have a worse record than the Commanders, who, for some reason, decided to beat the Giants today.
Nobody wants to win
Yeah.
the NFC.
So the Commanders are 4-10. The Giants are, I think, are they 3-11 or 2-12? One of those, whatever. But that's football. That's why you guys are here to talk football, because that's pretty much my knowledge for football. Good evening, Ms. Polk. How are you doing? Thank you for chiming in as well as everyone else who's watching Folks Talking Sports on Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. We appreciate that. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with the news of the week in semi-pro sports. Some folks still cling to it and call it college athletics. Well, I don't know why you still do that. But earlier in the week, we'd like to get y'all's thoughts on what Utah did, University of Utah, the Utes, and their decision to go with private equity. I'm going to read the letter from the president and AD, because this kind of explains stuff. I'm really curious what your thoughts on their viewpoint, the rationale. Message from the president, Taylor Randall, and director of athletics, Mark Harlan. This is snippets of the letter. Our athletics programs have operated in a highly efficient manner, generating a modest surplus over the years with the support of generous donors and student fees. However, the decision to share revenues with student assets under the House settlement and the emergence of the transfer portal have disrupted the status quo and introduced significant costs to the university. Additionally, we face growing financial headwinds across all of our missions, academics, research, and patient care. To address this challenge, we are proud to announce an important step forward: the formation of Utah Brands and Entertainment LLC, a new company owned by the university's foundation. So, just right there, before I go to page slide number 2, what are your thoughts on that opening? Kind of the rationale of it, it's because of the house settlement, basically.
It's a business.
Well,
Yeah, and I don't know if you were leading to this or not. I mean, as Kendra says, it's a business, and some of these things are now inevitable. But I find it interesting that on Friday, football coach Kyle Whittingham stepped down.
right.
So I wonder if this was in a direct result of the letter which you're reading right now. So
Probably all ties together. I mean, Coach Whittingham, he was leaning toward retirement last season, and he made official after this season.
yeah,
But back to it, Utah Brands and Entertainment will enable Utah Athletics to transition to a modernized business model that
Yep.
can more strategically build our brand and strengthen our athletics programs. As part of this transition, the university will transfer select core revenue generating operations from athletics and auxiliary services to Utah Brands and Entertainment. We want to share why we are taking this step, how the company will operate, and what it means for the university and our athletics department. It sounds so nice and formal. The changing landscape. Intercollegiate athletics is undergoing transformational change, including student athlete revenue sharing, unlimited transfers, and evolving governance structures. At the same time, the cost of supporting a nationally competitive athletics program has risen dramatically and far outpaces revenue growth. Revenue sharing with student assets began July 1 of this year and will increase this gap significantly. These pressures challenge traditional models, but they also create new opportunities for innovation. Okay. Importantly, the university is not selling parts of our athletics department, ceding operational control to a third party, or relinquishing control of any facilities. Decisions regarding sports, coaches, scheduling, operations, student asset care, and other athletics matters will remain solely with the athletics department under the leadership of AD Mark Harlan. The university's foundation will appoint a majority of the board of directors, not all, but a majority of the board of directors of Utah Brands and Entertainment, and the board will be chaired by the athletics director. Thoughts on that? Anything? Last thing, okay. What this means for the university. The university will have a partner in Otro Capital, which has deep expertise in building brands, running entertainment venues, and creating world-class fan experiences. This new model will enhance operations of key commercial activities and generate a significant influx of funding for Utah athletics. It will also help enhance the game day experience for our incredibly passionate fans. Ultimately, it will improve the student asset experience, strengthen our programs, and ensure Utah athletics can continue to thrive and compete for conference and national championships now and into the future. Is that a good selling letter that convinced the people, the populace, the Utes, and others that this is the way to go?
It depends on the
regardless,
result.
yeah, I was gonna say regardless if it does or not, that's the way they're going. So I think now it's just, I mean, that last part kind of threw me. Like building brands, or have you not? So what have you been doing prior to this, as far as brand building? That kind of stuck out to me. So what have you been doing? So why did you have to bring them? Why now? Well, they have deep expertise in brand building and great fan experience. So were you not interested in creating a great fan experience prior to this?
And
Or you're saying you didn't know what you were doing, so you needed to pay somebody else a whole bunch of money.
But to y'all's point, what does IMG and Learfield do? Because majority of these athletic departments have deals with Learfield and IMG and companies like that. So what are they doing? What have they been doing all this time?
I mean, there's lots of brand building.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as far as Ohio State has a media rights deal with Learfield. So, I mean, Learfield handles the media rights for Ohio State athletics. So,
I mean, because some schools have deals with Learfield, IMG, other similar entities to, I thought, do these things, help with brand building, help with other sources of revenue. So what?
I mean, I can't speak for other schools, but like I said, Ohio State does Learfield. So
same with Kansas. They're a Learfield IMG, yeah. Yep. But I mean, like you said, that's just one segment of the brand. That's the media part.
Yep.
But I do believe this is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's just a question of how many folks are going to do it this way. That Utah has opted to do it. But there's more. There's more to it because, as Kenitra asked me or commented earlier a few days ago, Tuesday, Brett Yormark said the Big 12 won't sell equity stake to PE, private equity. And he said that for a while, pretty much all year. And this is from Sports Business Journal. The Big 12 won't, this is Tuesday, the Big 12 won't look to public equity, and when I say it's public, it's private, to buy a stake in the league, but would consider a partnership that might offer an opportunity to help grow the business. Commissioner said this at Sports Business Journal's Intercollegiate Athletics Forum on Tuesday. Quote from him, "We are not in the private equity business. We believe that the trajectory of our conference is terrific. We've got a lot of growth. We don't want to share that. Having said that, strategic alliances, whatever they look like, that help us create value for our member institutions is something I sign up for." So he's wording it differently. PE has, as we all think about, is something that is not in the cards, but a strategic partnership that helps to create value. It helps to drive our business forward. Is certainly something that we will continue to explore, end quote. And then the Big 12 is focused on generating value in advance of its TV deal being back in the market in January 2030. It currently has deals with ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS Sports, Peacock, and TNT. Quote from him, "When you think about our basketball business as an example, the most distributed college basketball conference in America, 5 major TV partners. The goal there, and the reason we did some of that sub-licensing, was if they like me now, they'll love me when I'm a free agent. So we have 5 major TV partners. So everything we do right now sets up for that moment," end quote. Thoughts on that? Wanda, Kenitra, Will, C. Anthony, and everybody else.
I mean, it's a numbers game. You got to find a way to keep the flow of cash coming in so that you can't compete.
Will?
I'm the same. And this is unique to bring Yormark in the Big 12. I mean, Tony Petitti's doing it. Greg Sankey's doing it. You know, it's the way of the college athletics world at this point.
And I'll finish with the slide here because, of course, This is not selling a equity stake to private equity. This is on Tuesday. The conference has set its sights on greater international expansion. It first played a game in Dublin this season and will return next year. And in 2026, Arizona State and Kansas will play in the first college game in Wembley Stadium. Yormark said more announcements will be made in the coming months.
Who's going to be coaching Arizona State in that game on one? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah. We think we can win globally, and there's lots of reasons for it. It drives our global profile and narrative. It helps us with recruitment. 11% of our student athletes are international based, and we think we can monetize that international appeal also from the brand and business side, end quote. It's business.
And how many of your athletes, your football athletes, are from the UK?
That's a great question. Australia might be a few.
I'm saying like, okay, UK. Tennis, sure. Track and field, sure. But like football?
Might be one. I don't know.
I mean, the same way that K-State and Iowa State opened the season, like, whatever. Costs a lot of money.
And who's footing the bill for that?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, because K-State gave up a home game for that. The ticket sales and everything for that. So I hope that what they got in return made up for that. Hopefully. For any of the college football games.
Got a new head coach is what they got out of it.
Yeah. Will the Big Ten have a game over in international waters?
They did. One was scheduled. Michigan was going up there. I think they were playing Central Michigan in the season opener in 2026, but that's now been moved back to Michigan Stadium. So that's to Kenitra's point. I mean, it's a lot of financial output to do a game like that. And they found it wasn't worth their while to do it. So that now will be back stateside.
Any plans, any talks, any discussions of Ohio State playing an international game? Never?
You see my face, right? Nah. It's 7 home games for Ohio State a year, and there's no to quote KG, anything is possible. However, I would find it very hard to believe Ohio State would give up a home game with this fan base and how few there are to play anywhere else. Anywhere else.
And there she is.
Did it. I'm sorry.
Kim is here now.
Yeah.
How are you doing, sis?
I'm good. I'm sorry. I couldn't find the email, so I was texting you, but I forgot you were probably not looking at my text because you're in the show.
Well, you're here, so it all worked.
I found it. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
We're talking about private equity in college, semi-pro sports, private capital, and international games, college football games overseas. Kim, as an A&M alum, do you think the Aggies would ever play a football game overseas, international?
I can't see why they would. I mean, their stadium holds 100,000. There's no real reason for them to go overseas. I guess I'd have to figure how are they trying to sell it. They being whoever's running the NCAA, I can't ever really keep up. But what's the selling point for? I heard you talking to Willy also. What's the selling point for a university to go overseas? Like they're recruiting? More money?
Well, I mean, it has to be more money, but is it more money?
Is it? I mean, how much? I don't know that there's quite the appeal to go international for those, the other countries to see like A&M. How much more appeal are they going to get? I don't know, in Japan or maybe Mexico than they're going to get playing at Kyle Field or one of the other major powerhouse schools right here in the states. So my initial thought is no, but maybe.
Is it a football thing? Excuse
I
me,
don't think it's a football.
American football thing.
I don't think it's an American football thing. The NFL has spent quite a bit of time trying to build overseas with the this professional football, and it's taken them quite a while. They found a few places where it kind of works, but they also had NFL Europe, and they had some leagues and things overseas. I just don't see it from a collegiate standpoint how it'd be beneficial and what would be the appeal overseas for American college football.
KP, Will, y'all agree?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So
Don't they have enough to worry about?
is it a college? So is it a college thing, not a pro thing? Because pro NFL had a game in Brazil.
Yeah. But
NBA
they've been
sort of
working on that for a really long time, building that, and because they've had the international league, they've got NFL Africa, they have NFL Europe. I mean, they have some things already in place, and so they didn't just start and play a game in Brazil. I mean, it's been, and I just think it's different. I think the college game is different, but I think the NCAA has a whole lot more to worry about than trying to go, play in Brazil or Japan or somewhere.
So college basketball has more international players now playing in America, in the States.
Right.
There's talk, I think John Rothstein put out a week or so ago about possibility of having some college basketball games in Abu Dhabi next November.
Yeah. They got a bunch of money over there, so
So that's college basketball.
it's college basketball. It's not college football.
Right. So that's where I'm going. So is it a college football thing?
Absolutely. I mean, I think college football, there's just no reason for it to go overseas. College basketball, it could have some appeal. The basketball is different. It's definitely more, international in terms of.
It's a global sport.
It's a global sport, exactly.
I mean, you don't see American football in the Olympics.
Right. Well, they're gonna have flag football.
Flag football in
But not the same.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, the NFL is trying to be global. NFL wants to be global and wants to take all the NBA's thunder, take all their money, all their lunch money, all their ideas, because they see the NBA is a global sport, and has NBA in Africa and NBA in all basketball league, basketball Africa, all NBA trying to have NBA Europe now, and take some of the current international powers to form the NBA league, NBA Europe league. That's probably going to happen in 2 to 5 years. So it's a football thing. So there is something still that basketball has over football. I'm happy to see that. Good. Okay. So I'll probably have to move overseas to get rewarded for all my work then. That's fine. Okay. Kim, how about those Rockets? This is for you, Mr. Big Texco. This is for you. How about the Rockets?
Well, listen, I think this I don't want to say experiment because it's here. I mean, it's what they're doing. I think it is progressing. Especially considering they're without Fred VanVleet. I just felt like you had to have somebody run the point. I think they've been able to do some things that have been fairly productive. Kevin Durant is still really good at 37. He's still got a lot left, and Ime has found some lineups that work. I think Reed Sheppard is getting better, and when they get Tari Eason and Dorian Finney-Smith back, I think this team's going to maybe take another step once they're still learning how to play together, like who each other is on the court. And so it's been interesting. And you go back to Friday. Was it Friday night they played the Clippers at home? They won that game. Maybe it was Thursday night. It was Thursday night, and they won by 2 points. And it was people like, well, look at the Clippers record, but you had a healthy Kawhi Leonard who's still really good. You had a healthy James Harden who's still playing, or at least right now playing at a pretty high level. And then Zubac, people that don't watch basketball, like, how they let this guy? He's really one of the better centers in the league. And so, but even with that, it felt kind of like, oh yeah, they beat the Clippers. I think this team is poised to take a step. We'll just see how far it goes, and we'll see if they get Fred back at all before the end of the season or late in the season. I think that makes a huge difference. And perhaps OKC only loses 3 games this year. Who knows? But because they're really good. But I think the Rockets have looked better than I thought they would look so early without a point guard. And when they put Amin at the point, Amin's really good. I think he plays through it well. I like him off the ball better. I think that's where he's most effective, but he is productive. And I had one of our good friends tell me the other night, well, he played point before. I'm like, but that's not the same as in the NBA when he was with what was it called? The Elite something where he
Overtime Elite.
Yeah. But I think do you think they'll get CP3? No, I don't think they're going to get CP3.
KP and Will, what are your thoughts on how the Clippers did CP?
Oh man, horrendous.
Wrong.
Did him wrong?
Yeah,
absolutely.
The
Sitting home in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah, that's
like on a Greyhound bus almost, right? Like he
got Lane Kiffined.
Oh, it was worse. I think
it was worse than that.
But the thing is, Chris Paul ain't changed.
That's what I said.
Right.
You knew who Chris Paul was when you
Chris Paul gonna call you out, speak his mind.
Yeah, but he also made that organization relevant years ago. I mean, if we can talk about him being a future Hall of Famer and what he's meant to the league, but let's talk about what he's meant to the Clippers. Maybe not this go round, but what he's meant to the Clippers just over the years. They were totally irrelevant before, and I just don't think he's fitting of that kind of treatment, but especially because you knew who he was. I don't know.
I mean, CP and he told James about himself.
Yeah, it might have been James.
Rockets.
Ty Lue, hey, get him out of here. I don't know.
No, so I'm like, what y'all expect? We all know who Chris is.
Yeah,
and Chris speaks his mind, and he tells coaches, what's on his mind, everything. So, but he was done wrong. The way they handled it was wrong. They're still losing. Where do y'all think Chris will end up, if anywhere, this season?
I don't know. I wonder if he will end up somewhere. I hope he does because, the teams, I know teams that I've talked to that were planning their, Chris Paul video from when he made his final stop through, it was his retirement year, and that he would be robbed of that is kind of unfortunate. But I can't imagine where he ends up. I don't know.
The Cavs need a point guard?
Huh?
Will. That's the word on the street. His name has been mentioned up here.
Really?
Yep. His name has been mentioned.
Well, then another
Darius Garland's injury. His hit or miss. So that's the thing. He played tonight, but will he play the next game?
And the Cavs are the Cavs also dealing with injuries, Will? Other injuries?
Oh yeah, they haven't dealt with their starting lineup yet this season. Let's see. Max Strus hasn't played yet this season. Sam Merrill's out. Jared Allen came back today. He had a broken left ring finger and a sprained right middle finger. Imagine that. And he came back tonight, but on Friday night, Evan Mobley strained his calf. The NBA strained calf. You're on the shelf for a month now. So 2 to 4 weeks is the grade 1 calf strain for Evan Mobley. So he didn't play tonight. So, yes, they're dealing with the injuries. Yes.
Kim, has Reed Sheppard's performance surprised you? How well he's done offensively? His defense still isn't great 1-on-1, but anyway.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's what they liked. He can shoot the ball, and as a rookie, he just was more of a deer in the headlights. He wouldn't take any shots. So I don't know that it surprised me because we knew that he could shoot it. I don't know that he can create anything. So, he's developed, and I want to give him credit for that. And he was the third pick in the draft, so now I guess I should not be surprised. He can't guard any of us here. And I know that he worked on defense a lot in the offseason, like you talked about on Media Day. Were you at Media Day? You were there, right?
No.
He talked about how he would, the first 30 minutes of his workouts when he's working on the offseason, he would do it without the ball. I guess that is how much he's working on his defense. And so, the guys like him. I mean, they're supporting him and giving him, KD has really been very encouraging to him. And somebody said that Reed will thrive better off the ball. I mean, he's not a point guard.
No.
They don't have one, which I think you can get by with. But I think if you're going to win in postseason, you need a point guard. And I know the game has changed and people say that there are no real true point guards. I think there are point guards. They just look different, but you got to have somebody who can handle it and navigate the offense. You got to have a quarterback out there. I just think you still need that. They don't have to be the traditional whatever that is anymore, but he handles it a little better. But they do miss what they got from Fred VanVleet, someone like that.
Kenitra and Will and Kim. Thoughts about Brother Gibson? The saga at the team from up north.
Yes.
Talk about that. Hold your Kenitra, your thoughts on Michigan and that former head coach and that mess.
Winning covers a lot of mistakes. They tend to look the other way when you win.
Will?
I mean, they're talking about having an investigation into the culture of the program now.
Yeah.
Who's proud of AD?
Let's say this. I'll say this. I kiki and ha about the rival and things like that. I take no joy, and this is a sad situation all the way around.
It is.
In all seriousness, this is bad. This is family involved. Man, clearly has some challenges dealing with. It's a lot. I'll say it like this. We have and we've all heard this saying before, Teflon Don. And a lot of people wondered for how long is Ward Manuel going to continue to be the athletic director at the University of Michigan? And we may be getting our answers sooner than later.
Yeah, time's running out. Yeah.
It's getting late. Early up in Ann Arbor for him because he's been in the captain's chair for a lot. And this isn't an isolated incident. There's others with other programs. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, as far as this is a sad situation. Clearly, Winnie does care a lot, and people had it out for him, and they wanted to get rid of him. And my response to that is, don't help them. Don't help them.
Yeah.
If they want to get rid of you, don't help them. But again, at the end of the day, it's sad. It's a sad situation.
Lack of institutional control.
Kim, what are your
Yep.
thoughts on it?
All the above. And two things can be true. They could have wanted to get rid of you, and you could be dead wrong. And I think those two things are true. I mean, I don't know if they want to get rid of me. That could be true, but he clearly, if these allegations, which they found him at the woman's house, uh, it's just sad. It's unfortunate, for not just the university and the players, but his wife and three small kids. I mean, it's just awful. It's a bad look, and it's really kind of inexcusable. Like just poor choices, and then not wanting to be accountable. Your first response, from what it seems, was not remorse. It was woe is me, and I'm gonna do this to you, and me. It's a lot. But yeah, I think it is what teacher said. It is lack of institutional control, and it sounds like, from just what I've been reading, because I don't cover Michigan, obviously. um they knew about it. Okay, they asked them in the summer, they denied it, but they knew a little sooner. Maybe they were waiting until signing day. I mean, if those things are born out to be true, yeah, AD has to go, because it's not the first time. And so you got to get it under control. They've got an interim president who's going to make the move. I mean,
And is it? I heard a report. Don't know if it's true. Is it true that the friends of the program slash boosters hired their own investigators to look more into it when the university's investigation turned up futile?
that's
That is a
interesting.
report. That is
Yeah.
a report.
Hmm.
It's a
I have a
bad look.
question. So does Harbaugh hire him to come to send to the Chargers, since they're so close?
Possibly.
He's not commenting right now.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's not commenting right now.
Of course he's not.
Uh,
But yeah, it is sad, and I mean, there's nothing really to say. It's sad, and the
Yeah.
people enabling someone who has problems or trying to cover it up. The cover up is worse than ends up
The
being
crime.
worse than the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Cover up.
Choices and consequences.
Choices have consequences.
mhm.
I had
He
somebody say
he
to me,
knew what he was doing was wrong.
absolutely he knew. Um, I had someone say to me this weekend, well, there's just really nothing to do in Ann Arbor. I said, I don't know. I don't know. Go home with your wife and kids. Is
Yeah.
That's
that's so
How about that?
taboo?
Yeah.
I mean, how about that?
What?
That's the thought.
Watch film. I mean, like, do your job.
Right. I was like, oh wow.
But
I don't know the NDAs are the answer. Because apparently, from just the reporting that I've been reading, they both denied it. It wasn't like she like went to go out him. It was some other third party kind of way. So I don't know. How does an NDA help? How about you just do what you're supposed to do? You know, better choices.
yeah.
And is it true that she received a 55% pay raise?
That's what
That
I
is
read.
true.
Yeah. In this economy, it's a good deal if you can get it.
So well, let's end it right
Go
there.
ahead, Will. Say it.
No, Chris said let's end it right there.
No, we want to hear what Will had to say.
I'm following instructions. Let's
Go
end
ahead, say
right
it,
there.
Will. Then we'll end it right there after you say it.
Nah, no, I mean, some people are why he's no longer employed by the university, but she is.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's it.
It's that whole he had more power. Now I do struggle with that part. If it's wrong, it's wrong,
Mhm.
right? And to me, she knew he was at the university too, and that was whatever the rule is there. So why it needs to? It's wrong for her. It should be wrong for her as well. But hey,
And it's not like she was a student,
right?
the full frontal cortex was fully developed.
Yeah,
I mean, she is of age now.
he's of age.
The choices that she made to enter into this relationship, for what I don't know what her reasons were, but yeah. And
Yeah,
and yes, because there is a discrepancy between his level of power and hers, but maybe she felt she had to go along with his advances because she wouldn't have a job if she said no.
yeah. I'm not real sure that I believe that. I read something yesterday. I don't know if there's any truth to this, but that both she and the wife were following each other on social media. Maybe just because, oh, this is my husband's executive assistant, and so I'm following her. And then she, oh, this is my boyfriend's wife. I mean, it's just bad around the block, you know. Um, yeah,
You just don't do this where you eat.
yeah.
You know, I'm cleaning it up for everybody. You just don't stuff where you eat.
You
so
don't. You
you
just
know,
don't.
so
And you want to be too daggone busy, quite frankly. I
yeah.
mean, my understanding is that these positions require a lot of time. I just
Supposedly,
have time for all that,
I mean,
right?
supposedly,
And you got a family. So,
he spent time with his wife and his kids. Be a dad.
be a dad.
Be a father to his children. He messed up.
Yes, the guy is married with 3 kids.
Yeah, I mean, he messed up,
Yeah.
and
But
the
listen,
folks who
we
enabled
know
him.
he doesn't make great choices, and obviously he doesn't have great eyesight, right? He's a guy that said, I don't see color. My wife is Caucasian. I say you marry who you want to marry, but it doesn't mean come on, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on. He's again.
yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
take accept responsibility for his actions
Yeah.
in any of this. The leader of men.
Look here.
Who doesn't
Wrong is
like
wrong,
me?
and that is black and white.
Right. Yeah, wrong is
Yes.
wrong. Yeah. So now we'll end it on
Okay.
that note right there. And have Kim, I think I can do this right. Let's see. You go first, sis.
What am I going first about? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, goodbye. Have a great week. You can find me online, my on IG at Kim Y Davis Media. My website is Kim Y Davis, and on Twitter or X, I am Kim Y Davis. I do a streaming show every Tuesday for the most part, just kind of depending on scheduling this time of year, but at 9 or 9:30 on Tuesday mornings, and then I co-host a show on the CW here in Houston on Friday nights at 10 o'clock. But you can also catch it online. I think they post a show after it airs. The CW 39 in Houston is called H Town Sports Talk.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity as well. You can find me on social media as the Cross 8, IG and Threads Will Know Sports, on Twitter at Will Gibson7, and Facebook Will Knows.
There we go. Thank you, everybody, for joining the show.
Hey,
Kim
before you
and
go, Chris,
Will.
can I ask a question? You didn't let Kanichi go.
Well,
You can
there's a
find me
reason for
on
that.
Folks Talking Sports on Sundays. Boom.
That's it. She
I
has
have a quick question before you
no
go.
longer has social media presence.
Okay. Hey, Will, can you?
Yes.
I jumped in late. So, is the thought is that Kevin Stefanski just doesn't like Shador Sanders? Well, that's a whole show. I'm
No,
curious. No.
no. It is. he handpicked Dylan Gabriel, and he wanted his guy to work. Not that he
Okay.
didn't like Sheppard.
Okay.
Well, there we go.
There we
Thank
go.
you to
Thank you.
Justin and Mr. Big Texco and Queen Wanda Polk and C. Anthony and everybody watching on Twitch as well, on LinkedIn, Facebook, all those different platforms. Hope you enjoyed episode 169 of Folks Talking Sports. Might do it again next Sunday, Christmas week. We shall see. Play it by ear. I am KG Chris Gardner of the Houston Round Ball Review. Wrapping it up. Since 1994, the Houston Round Ball Review. Local name, global perspective. Y'all take care. Peace.
Peace.